that Donald Trump is seriously considering pardoning Sean Diddy Combs. CJ, surely not.
I would hope not. You know, if I were in the room with the president advising him on this decision, I would say absolutely not. I think this is an individual who, regardless of the totality of what he was accused of, all of these things, where there's smoke, there is fire. And I don't think that he deserves a pardon from this president. This is someone who actively was an opponent of this president, was very critical of President Trump. And you know what they say, when you win the ball game, everyone wants to be your friend. It's not how that works, right? And so I think if Diddy is guilty of the crimes that he's been accused of, which he was found guilty of certain counts in his trial, then he should actually spend his time in prison and do his time just like any other everyday American would be forced to do.
You're so right.
All right. Listen, this is CJ, the content connoisseur, and today is Donald Trump going to free Diddy? Is he going to pardon Diddy? I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna show you why. So he has pardoned rappers before. So he's pardoned Lil Wayne, right? He's pardoned Kodiak Black, but they didn't have this going against him.
But he's also been a hard left Trump hating activist as well.
White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous. When you look at it, we don't have no choice.
CJP Diddy, but he's also been a hard left Trump hating.
Yeah. Dude, we know Trump is petty, bro. We know he's petty. He's not gonna free this new. Right? That's the first reason Trump is petty. The second reason why he's not going to free Trump is this reason right here.
They don't care. They see Diddy as a violent man. They see the 2016 Intercontinental Hotel. They hear the testimony of Cassie and Jane that they say was never rebutted, even though you clearly didn't have to rebut it. But they say all of those things, and we've taken polls numerous times, and 80% of the people say, lock him up. So why?
So another reason why Trump is not going to free him, on top of being petty, is that when Trump freed Lil Wayne,
Lil Wayne
and Kodiak Black, we saw that as a win because their crimes were like, one was for, but both were actually for they both were for weapons, right? They both were for weapons, but they weren't crimes against women, and they weren't violence towards women. And yeah, that hotel video, bro, I ain't gonna lie, like whatever love I had for Diddy went out the window when I saw how he was dragging that young lady around. Couldn't rock with that no more. The next reason, we're gonna move to the next reason.
Appeal, what's the sentence? I've got a really strong.
So the next reason is, hold on, my bad. The next reason is Donald Trump is the president of the United States. He has better things to do with his time to free a random rapper that beats on women. And you know why I know this? Because of this clip right here.
But I know I have the right to do it. I have the right to give pardons. I've given pardons to people before.
Yeah.
But nobody's even asked me to do it.
Sean Diddy Combs,
Right.
would you consider pardoning him?
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something. But he was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably... I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
And
Yes.
it's hard, like.
He's not going to free Diddy. He's not going to free Diddy, bro. He's not going to free. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. And the last reason why they're not going to free Diddy is that I think y'all forgot. Supposedly, allegedly, Diddy would throw parties where he had celebrities, where he had underage people, where there were situations with a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol, and all that got compared to who? Epstein. So why would, if Donald Trump is trying to get away from Epstein, the files, he's trying to get away from it. That's why he's even talking about Diddy and all these different people, because he's trying to spin away from that topic. If y'all don't understand, like every time people ask him about Epstein, he always brings up, well, what about Texas? What about Israel? What about Ukraine? Like he go everywhere else because he don't want to fool with that. And we know why, Trump. We know why. But anyway, listen, he is trying to get away from Epstein. People look at, listen, it's sad. People look at P. Diddy and they see a little bit of Epstein in him. And so I really believe he's trying to stay away from that because they see Epstein in Diddy. And think about this. Say he frees Diddy, right? They really going to want to see the Epstein files then. They really going to want to see it. I honestly don't think he's going to have to do something because they're not going to let that go. But anyway, those are my 4 reasons of why I think Diddy's not getting out. He seems to have a real good lawyer, and they're going to try to what she's trying to work on is the actual Mann Act, because they said it's kind of like illegal, and the way they framed it, it was, well, it was made for women essentially, right? And it was made for like people that were not from this country that were coerced into sex trafficking type stuff. And that's what it was made for. And so now they're like, well, they were escorts, they were men, and they were consenting. So that doesn't fit the Mann Act, but hey, that's another video, another day. CJ, I'm out.